Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the internationally acclaimed Santa Monica Playhouse. Before the show begins, a brief reminder.
No eating inside the auditorium. However, drinks with lids may be brought into the theater.
The taking of any photographs or the operation of any electronic recording device is strictly prohibited.
Please turn off all cell phones and take a moment to look around you for the nearest available emergency exit.
Thank you.
For the first time in history, it's
They will never break me. Sensory deprivation, torture, silence, misdirection. Make no mistake, I'm prepared for the worst. I have seen it all, I have done it all. I have nothing to hide, hence nothing to fear. Whatever tools they think they can use against me, my armor is 1,000 times stronger. I will survive. I will thrive. I will take anyone with me. Anyone who can see the hope in this hell. Feel the desire in this disaster. Embrace the freedom in this furor. Are you one of those? Follow me and let us find out. My memory, Dr. Ella Joy. Her year, 2025. Her words, notations on a yellow legal pad. She was a forensic psychologist, an activist, a pioneer, and the mother of our brave new world. Now!
Of days gone past, of promises mislaid, of battles joined on vast or private scale, of treasures coined and secrets to unveil, and perfidy and debts are yet unpaid. By happenstance, a scrapbook we lay bare, inviting you to chance the yellowed page, to read between the lines, to probe or share, stand wide or merge, a part of the fray. My hint, I urge you on a pace, so shall we more than occupy the space. Be moved or mock, 'tis not for me to say.
'Tis you must choose who loses and who wins. So listen well, the telling now begins.
In 2094, the world as we knew it was no more. There's scant record of the reason that our world fell out of season, from its tumble drop in space to its final resting place.
That it happened can't be doubted. No uncertainty about it.
Leaving only those alive who had years less than 35 to sing the litany of nature's fall from grace.
In 1492, Columbus sails the ocean blue.
In 1753,
Johnny Appleseed plants a tree.
In 1938,
dolphins speak and men translate.
in 2031,
A cloud blocks out the sun.
in 2032, the ocean is no longer blue. In 2033,
Dolphins do not swim the sea. No one plants a tree.
in 2034, the world as we knew it is no more.
60 years ago, a disaster befell the earth. A disaster of such tremendous proportions as never before been seen by civilized men.
Precisely what occurred may never be determined. A meteor shower, Stray asteroid, massive solar flare, but from what our discoveries tell us, in a matter of months,
the entire global balance was shattered.
Large pockets of the ozone layer destroyed, ocean currents disrupted, vegetation decimated, huge numbers of species of animals obliterated.
Around island of Khalifa, separated from what used to be the mainland.
And most devastating of all,
the majority of the Earth's human inhabitants who had reached their maturity sped into an accelerated aging process, seemingly brought about by the sudden introduction of hostile pollutants into the atmosphere.
The catastrophe led to a population in which a revered ancient was a person who had reached the venerable age of 50, a situation that continues to this day.
In the aftermath, small fragments of population, mostly children and young people, sequestered in small pockets of humanity, zones which came to be known as enclaves.
Some enclaves soon reverted to their baser animal instincts, while others became mired or specialized in foraging or combat.
A few were able to retain their humanity in the most tenuous of threads.
Any evidence of what caused the disaster was destroyed.
By the elemental upheaval which followed in its wake.
Fires, earthquakes, solar burn, floods, tidal waves, and yet more serious still,
the human looting and vandalizing in the most accepted cataclysm.
A few stories remain, perhaps true, perhaps apocryphal, but even these are already turning from reality to rumor, from rumor to myth, from myth into the mist of legend. The last words the Khalifa leader proclaimed before he too succumbed were these: People of Khalifa, have no guilt. What has happened is a natural disaster, unforeseen and unforeseeable. It could not have been avoided. To the coming generations, if there are any yet before us, we wish you good fortune. We have left the world in the best shape we know how, and hope there is enough left out of the ruins for you to rebuild.
To those who pass on, go to my rest knowing one thing: what happened in 2034 was not anyone's fault.
Well, that really sucked. Get out, everyone! Whoa, what's the point? Maybe we should just forget it.
Mother Dottie, you don't mean that.
It wasn't so bad.
You, preservationists! Aren't you the ones who celebrate the status quo?
Yes, Mother Dottie.
Well, you look like you were celebrating the status.
I don't know.
Where's your excitement? Your passion?
I thought this was just a rehearsal.
Just a rehearsal? It's the most important event of the year.
But we do it every year.
Of course, lest we forget.
But we'll never forget as long as you're around.
Theda, don't speak to Mother Dottie like that.
I'll take that as a compliment. Now, I suggest you go to the stasis kitty and think about what you're trying so hard to preserve.
Yes,
Yes, Mother Dottie.
Past timers!
Here,
Yeah, Mother Dottie.
I know you're here.
Sorry, Mother Dottie.
Don't be sorry, be excited.
But we are excited, Mother Dottie.
Then, go to the Remembrance Cave.
The Remembrance Cave. Oh yes, Mother Dottie.
And do what there?
Remember, of course.
Remember?
What Mother Dottie means is each of you select a relic that touches something special inside of you.
And remember why you became past tensors.
Rekindle your passion.
Yes,
Mother Dottie.
Progressionists! Tell me again how you'd like to see me composed.
What?
Ah, it's no secret.
Mother Dottie, why must you always see the worst in us?
Because you always prove me right.
We don't want to see you depose. It isn't true.
Of course it is. You can't hide it from Mother Dottie.
Mother Dottie knows everything.
I wouldn't be an effective leader if there wasn't at least someone who wanted to get rid of me. What worries me is that you want to consolidate the enclaves. That puts you one step closer to how the world was before the disaster. One step closer to how the world was that caused the disaster.
You know how we feel, Mother Dottie. It wasn't the size of the world that caused the disaster. It was the kind of people in charge.
Here in the enclave, we are stagnating. Our gene pool is drained dry.
We must have new blood. We must bring all the enclaves together. It's the only way.
All right then. To you goes the distinction of traveling.
Traveling?
I know you travel.
Mother Dottie knows you sneak out in the dead of night and travel to other enclaves.
You trade in goods and ideas. Don't deny it.
Let's put your clandestine activities to good use. Don your outerwear and travel. Where should they go?
New Monty Bay.
Santa Barbara?
Palms of the Spring.
Coronation?
All of them?
Of course. Invite them here to be part of the ceremony.
They have their own traditions.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But if you want to consolidate the enclaves, they have to get behind our traditions. Go! Off with you! Or it's off with your heads!
Our heads?
Never mind. A saying from the before times. Go! Why do I bother?
Because you know it's the only way for us to survive.
Oh, there is that.
This will be the 75th year of the ceremony. Maybe it's time for a change.
A change.
The ceremony celebrates the past.
And the present.
And a possible future.
But we don't really focus on the future. We honor the past. We lament the disaster that brought us to our present state. And we mumble something about a brighter tomorrow. But basically, we still don't say anything about what really happened.
Because we don't know.
But maybe we can add it to our ceremonies. We act as though we do know what happened. All the sacred sounds make it sound as if it's a magical, mystical event.
Oh, don't look at me. I didn't write it. I just make sure everybody says the proper words with feeling.
Do you really think any of the other enclaves will come?
It would be a first.
And maybe a last?
I've searched all my life for the truth. And maybe the other enclaves have information that we don't. Maybe if everyone were open-minded, we could share our discoveries and put the pieces together. But we could also destroy ourselves in the process, because we can't count on anyone being open-minded.
So we stay locked away in our caves until the end of time?
Not quite that long, but we can't be rash. If there was anyone out there still alive, don't you think in 75 years they would have found us by now?
75 years is a long time.
Face it, the enclaves of Khalifa Island are all that's left of the world. And it's up to us to make sure this enclave, if no other, survives.
I'll do this. I'll make it happen, no matter what. No one will stand in my way. What do they mean it's impossible? What's wrong with everyone? What about all the people who survived hundreds of years ago? They never said it's impossible. It was just life. They had no electricity, no cars, no television, no books even. We'll be like they were. We'll wake with the sun and sleep when it gets dark. We'll plant and harvest. We'll wash ourselves in the lake and cobble together clothing from whatever we can find. No matter how hard, we will accomplish the task. No matter how long or how hard, I will see it through. And I will make them see it through too. My memory, Susan Thompson. Her year, 2026. Her words, tattoos on her arms and legs. She was a camp counselor, a hiker, a believer.
Your memory is wonderful. I wish mine were like that.
Everyone's memory is different. That's the whole point.
It's the
Remember
memories.
it from different sources.
It's the memories which help us maintain the status quo.
They help us remember who we are, who we were, who we can become. It is Christmas morning. I am surrounded by beautiful flowers that form patches of color on the ground. The sky is blue and the mountains are green. Then, a strike of light. It burns the bougainvillea. Moles have destroyed the yellow patch. A mudslide covers the color. A tornado brings dirt and darkness. The wind is pulling the ixora bushes. I am frozen, static. I cannot speak. The wind pushes me to the ground. A giant's footsteps rumble closer. A cricket is biting my head. Is anyone out there? My memory. Aurelia Almeida. Her year, 2025. Her words, scratches on a wooden fence. She was a horticulturist, a dreamer, and author of the first written record of the disaster.
The first written record. You were so lucky.
Are you jealous?
No.
You are. You really don't support the status quo.
I do.
Your memory is part of the status quo, so don't complain.
I'm not complaining.
Then why did you challenge Mother Dottie?
I didn't. I just spoke my truth.
But your truth goes against everything we believe.
Not at all. Just another way of looking at things.
What other way is there? It's all those other ways that threaten our survival.
It's the memories that help us prevent the mistakes that cause the status quo. For the first time in history, all the curves coincided and everything fell apart. Like the Hyman story, the year of the jackpot. I knew that someone would win the jackpot, I just didn't think it would be us. Climate change, the ozone layer, natural disasters, unnatural disasters. There's one good thing about being my age. I'm going to die a lot sooner than all you youngsters. I'm going to miss out on all the shit that's coming to you. Sure, I have to go through everything that's happening now, but only for a very short while. My memory, Marion Goldfarb. Her year, 2027. Her words, a codicil to her will. She was an abuelita, a cat lover, an artist.
Your memory is fantastic. So much irony and cynicism. Maybe we could switch.
Bite your tongue.
We each pass our memory on to the next generation. We don't swap.
Our memory is our most prized possession, our heritage. It's taking generations to find a paradigm that works. And now you want to change it?
No, I don't want to change it. I love the status quo. It works. It's what's kept us alive. But maybe I think Mother Dottie isn't the one to lead us.
Mother Dottie supports the status quo, just like we do.
She pretends to support it, and then she pretends to support everyone else's idea too. How can we believe anything she says?
I've spoken to her. She supports us.
But she has to maintain the balance so the other factions don't go through each other's throats.
She obviously tells that to everyone.
Maybe, and maybe that is the status quo.
Maybe.
Mother Dottie said we needed to find our passion.
Our excitement.
I have excitement. I have passion.
You do, for everyone else's memory except your own.
If we don't find the fire within, our ceremony will fall flat.
Would that be such a bad idea?
Are you joking? The annual ceremony is the glue that holds us together.
It's not the words or the symbols.
It's the gathering together, the joining. Mother Dottie is right. It's the passion of the status quo. We have to keep it alive.
Fine. You want passion? You got it. My tongue is swollen and my throat is closed shut. Am I mute? I am talking. Do you have wax clogging your ears? Are you deaf? You can't hear me. And the Charlie horse cramps my calf in wretched pain. Did I fall? I am standing. Can't you rub out the crust out of your eyes? Are you blind? You don't see me. Voices are blaring, anticipating speaking their minds. It takes minutes, one by one, and I'm hit with burning butterflies in my thumb. Struck with despair and agony, placed lightly with fantasy. Expressing there's an elephant in the room. Can I get your stamp of approval? But everyone's elephant may be different. My memory. Martha Bouvoir Carter. Her year, 2040. Her words, handwriting on the back of an invitation to the White House. She was a speaker, a bard, an inspiration, and our enclave's first post-disaster poet laureate.
Mm-hmm.
about these treasures?
Because they're dumb.
Because they're ignorant.
And we are different. We value the treasures of the past. Every scrap, every piece, it's a history lesson.
Sometimes we don't know the purpose of a treasure.
Because we don't know what it was.
Well, we use our brains and deductive reasoning to figure it out. That's why we're the ones to save Enclave. Maybe we can save all other enclaves.
Mother Dottie said to select a relic that touches something special inside of us.
I like the first relic I ever found.
Hey, that's my favorite out of all of them. Alone in space, alone in my thoughts, consumed by dark, encroaching shadows of my own nefarious demons, trapped in the belly of the beast of shame. I can't bear to watch this world crumble. I feel bad. I feel bad for feeling bad. My heart goes out to all the people who are suffering. But I have so much to give, so much to lose, stuck on this side of the divide. No one understands me. I'm an alien, speaking another language, studying human interactions. Nobody listens. I'm ranting at air. See me, hear me, understand me, forgive me, love me. My memory, Joe Miller. His year, 2029. His words, a post on X. He was a data analyst, a government official from the other side.
And your treasure?
It's a medical instrument used by head doctors to bring peace to the brain when all else fails.
What treasure inspires you?
This is my treasure.
Oh, no need to explain. We already know what it is. A scientific map of what once was before the disaster. Note the indentations where exploded portions of the land. Ugh, the world was once full. Now, look at it.
Stop! You'll ruin it! The F word. Fire. Blood. Fear. I lost everything. My family. Someone found me huddled under a blanket. They saved me. I have a new family now and we huddle together. And we feel less alone. My memory, Patricia Kelly. Her words, 2026. Her words, a note to her sister. She was a daughter, a student, a friend.
We are so fortunate to understand the value of the past. With these relics, maybe we can piece together what caused the disaster. I poke the rat's nest with a stick. Eek! Terrifying. It smells rotten, like sour milk and smoky embers and mildew. It hisses at me. Eek! My ears! It's large. Mommy? Daddy? Is anyone out there to stand by my side? Or will it continue to grow and consume me in the dark? My memory, Molly Ingalls. Her words written on a sewer wall. The year 2031. She was an angel, a student, a child. At the time of the disaster, she was 9. If I'd been alive back then, I would have used the rat catchers to save the world.
I have only one thing to say. Mother Daddy's a mother.
She's a bitch. Shoving us out into this wasteland.
It's what we want, though, isn't it?
We want to consolidate. We want to discover new enclaves.
We want to bring people together.
To create a larger gene pool.
A larger workforce.
A way for us to move forward instead of standing still.
Well, we are moving forward, one struggling step at a time.
Very funny.
But I don't understand your complaint. We do want all of those things.
Of course. But no one ever said that we personally were the ones supposed to go out and do it all.
It's a philosophy, not a vocation.
Really? So you talk a good game, but you're as much of a hypocrite as everyone else. I, for one, am glad that it's us she sent out.
Glad?
Yes, it's the only way we're ever going to find out the truth, and the only way we're ever going to make sure the other enclaves hear our truth the way we want it to be heard.
The truth is, we're supposed to move forward. It's our nature, isn't it?
Speak for yourself.
I shall. Scrub the nail. Oops. Dirty haze lines. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Shoes, sneakers, Adidas, Nikes. Slip-on comfort, Ease. Skechers. Duh. An identity or identification issue. Shirt. Gore-Tex light windbreaker. Matching pants. Planned and purposeful. Got 5 minutes. That's all right. 30 minutes. Preparation. Suited booty. Shuttle. Time flies. My memory. Colonel John Marcus Piper. His year, 2025. His notes, scribbled on the flyleaf of a John Glenn notebook cover. He was a father, a husband, an astronaut, a survivor.
An astronaut? I guess trekking through the wasteland is a damn sight better than traversing the galaxy in a rocket ship.
So tell me, do you really want to live your entire lives in Enclave?
You better believe it.
Of course.
Why not?
Because our lives are a constant reminder of the superiority of the past. Our tools, broken bits of old technologies. The past tensors guess at the purposes of those relics, but I'll bet you they are wrong at least half the time.
I think I agree with my memory. No kids, no family, no friends, no work, no peers. No one needs me to solve anything. I feel lost. I shudder. Despair runs through me. After the disaster, I thought I would be needed much more. Am I relevant to anyone? Am I of any use? Am I done living? Everyone has found their place except for me. Was I only required when I performed a function? No, I shake off the feeling. Count the blessings. I'm breathing, I'm safe, I'm healthy. I'm done with everything I thought was my duty. Now, let me become friends with myself. Let me spend time on me. My memory, Jasmine Kumari, her year 2031, her words were painted on the wall of her former office building. She was a manager, a trainer, an educator, a mother, a daughter, a nanny, and the prime example of how we should all proceed.
I think you're right. I would definitely want to use that as my motto. Now I will spend time on me.
I can go for that.
But do we really know what shaped her life? Our understanding of the before times? Concepts we only half understand. Our art, our poetry, our music, half-remembered fragments woven together into a catch-all basket of themes and melodies. Even our clothing is but discarded remnants of yesterday, constant reminders of our own inadequacies.
But that's where you're wrong. I do not feel inadequate, except when I have to trek through this God-forsaken wasteland.
So none of you really believe anything we stand for?
We believe all of it, as a concept.
I don't know much about the before times, but playing ostrich might very well have been at the root of the disaster.
My memory would agree with me there. Isolation, connection, chaos. How did we get here? Good days, bad days, always hiding, always running. Are we living in a video game? Our beautiful land ruled by an evil king. Bow down to me, he commands. Bow down, or I will release the monsters and you will disappear. I think I'll release the monsters anyway. What future will we have? Will we have a future? I want to hide my head in the sand. I think disappearing would be the best solution for us all. My memory, Pedro Martinez. His year, 2031. His words, a notation in a diary. He was a father with a wife and 4 children. He was a doctor.
And he may very well have been right, and maybe we should do the same. We have 2 choices here. We could move forward, gathering information from other enclaves, trying to discover what really happened. Or we lament the fact that everything wasn't completely wiped out so that our sharpest memories would be but fading after images. Then at least we would think of ourselves as highly advanced creative beings with an eye to the future instead of the past. Why does everyone do that? Turn their back and ignore what they think is ugly. All they see is pretty in a made-up fantasy image of their personal universe. Perfection wrapped up in a bow, and you close your eyes to what's burned, destroyed. Your pretty made-up world no longer there. You are like the rest of us now, you old and shriveled lady, staring nose-up snob. Are you jealous? Where are you from? You don't like my side of the world, and your kids are spoiled brats. Don't let them roll. I said your toenails are the color I love, and you laughed in my face. Dark bitch, I was trying to be your friend. Go whale watching. I hope the whale swallows you up like Jonah. My memory, Matilda Lappin, her year 2025, her words, lipstick on a mirror. She was a beautician, a party girl, a punching bag.
As I sit in my car, feeling empty, without a soul, drifting through conversations with coworkers, random faces on the street, it's unreal. At least I have a car, but for how long? When I first arrived here, I felt so lucky, and now, so much hurt, anger, loneliness. Is anybody else out there feeling as I do? As I step out of my car, I see hopelessness, dread. Well, at least in that, I'm not alone. My memory, Albert Moonjan, his year, 2026, his words, a voicemail message, unfinished. He was an HR director, he played lacrosse, he played both sides of the fence.
I hadn't heard your memory before. He doesn't seem like a good guy.
Why do you say that?
Well, you said he played both sides of the fence. You know, doesn't that mean that he had allegiance to neither?
It doesn't mean he was bad, just playing it safe.
Fortunately, everyone in our enclave knows where they stand.
Really?
Of course.
Your turn.
Whew. Dragged by ice through the fire-ravaged streets of Pali, ashes adding flavor to the $12 iced latte at Buck's made of stars. Withering flowers not dulled by the orange grove. Busky dusk AQI and NO2 and PMI. Unhoused, unalived, dropped, watched, dutiful, dutifully, duty-bound, evac warns me. Cold winters and cold hearts and cherry starred. Claude Gemini a circus? GPT, PPT chatting a chime in the brine. Clowning Celtas and way more than just Uber men. Bigender and unibrow of the cows. Fluffy birdies playing flute with bovid. And fluffy birdies playing flute with bovid. Naked bezos charming boxes covering tutus as gases escape from the mouth of the nether. One mind, one body, multiple souls, seek not vengeance, not justice, just licorice. Is it love? Is it bare cloth or wooden sandals? Heal, heal Altadena, heal Wizard Basan, heal Spirit. My memory, Otari Gupta, his year, 2035, his words, Sanskrit in the sand. He was a poet, a guru, a psychonaut, an author of the last written record of the disaster.
The last written record of the disaster. You are so honored.
You and I are both honored. We are included in Mother Dadi's portion of the ritual.
She's been doing it ever since I was a child.
Since before you were born.
I'm speaking the words my mother spoke, some of which don't make sense. Forensic psychologist, divorce, head shrinking.
We may not understand all the words, but we understand the emotional tone.
My mother said it keeps us in touch with the worst of the before times.
To make certain the other times never happen again. Never forget. If we forget, we fall back into the old patterns.
A
vicious circle. Always remember
to protect against vicious times.
This year's ritual will be so special. Finally, we'll have other enclaves share with us.
Perhaps they have rituals of their own, rituals we can incorporate into ours.
We shall see.
Is anybody out there? Hello? Look, I'm a forensic psychologist. I know when I'm looking into a two-way mirror. Somebody must be on the other side. Identify yourself. This is illegal, you know. You can't round up a bunch of people against their will and put them in whatever this place is. We've tried to open the one door. There are no windows. And that skylight is unreachable. Of course you know all that. I'm the only one in the group who's not completely freaking out. We've been in here for hours and given no clue as to what's going down. You have to release us.
Release us.
You've taken our purses, our backpacks, our phones, our watches. Why? What did we do?
Why?
What do you want from us?
What do you want from us?
Instead of shutting me out, let me help you. Psychology is my profession. I'm very perceptive when it comes to other people. I've talked to all of them, all of your prisoners. They aren't out to destroy anything. None of us are a threat to anyone. You've made a mistake. You rounded up a bunch of regular people, people living regular lives, until now. Hello? I can't do this. I'm claustrophobic. I can't be trapped like this. I'll lose my shit. Oh, is that what you want? To break us all down? You don't have to break me down. I'll tell you whatever you want. I'm an open book. 70 years old, divorced, 2 grown children, very successful. I love to read and travel and I have a dog who hasn't been walked or fed while I've been in here. Do you really want to be responsible for a dog's death? I'm a good citizen. I follow the rules. I help those in need. I visit homeless encampments and offer free therapy. I've had a very good very stable life, which is pretty amazing considering what I witnessed. No, Ella, stop. Are you happy now? You've got me talking to myself. Fine. I'll give you everything I've got. I have an amazing memory. I actually remember something that happened to me when I was just 3 years old. I witnessed my father strangling my mother to death when he found out I wasn't his. That can't be why I'm here. He's in prison for life. And my mother, well, my mother's dead. All my life, I've tried not to see my mother's eyes as he choked the life out of her. Please, answer me. Is anybody out there?
They say things like that happen all the time during disaster. True?
As far as we know.
The preservationists maybe have a clear answer for you. Their portion of the ritual always sheds light on the before times.
There is no dark without light. There is no day without night. There is no wrong without right. There is no dull without bright.
There is no cow without calf. There is no boss without staff. There is no wheat without chaff. There is no cry without laugh.
A Christian from Earth asks someone from another planet if they have a Messiah.
Oh yes, we do. They visit every few years to see how we are doing and to offer advice.
And what do you do when your Messiah comes?
We greet them as we always do with their finest food and have them interface with our best people.
I see.
Do you have a Messiah?
We do.
And how often do they visit?
He visited over 2,000 years ago and hasn't returned since.
That's odd. How did you treat him during his last visit?
There is no live without die. There is no truth without lie. There is no low without high. There is no laugh without cry.
Once upon a time, there was a country on planet Earth where people were killed in plain sight with high-tech arms and their governments did nothing about it.
Some men were womanizers, and others got a big laugh out of it.
When a woman reported rape or misogyny, she was shamed. Shamed, shamed, shamed by men, and worse, by some women.
Girls lost their lives from unsafe abortions because procedures couldn't be performed in hospitals by medical professionals.
Religion heavily influenced the law, but religion had long been a tool to enrich the pockets of the chosen and to incite conflict.
Members of what they call the LGBTQ+ community were killed, simply for being who they were. Justice and preventive measures were not priorities for the government, since they found no benefit in addressing these issues.
National projects and programs often failed due to nepotism. It is even thought the disaster itself could have been avoided or at least mitigated if it wasn't for the myriad of family members, friends of family, friends of friends who were hired over those most qualified.
The government kept knowledge under wraps because they knew that a well-educated middle class could start some serious revolutions.
Politicians understood that if a lie was repeated often enough, it would be believed, especially if education was limited and freedom of expression restricted.
People from all over the globe moved to what they called a first world country. How exciting to be part of a dream where a man called John Lemon imagined a world that seemed to have become a reality.
In this beautifully imagined world, where the island of Khalifa used to be, lobbying was not corruption in disguise.
Religion or money did not justify killing.
The best people always got the job.
There were no school shootings.
Women were valued as human beings with respect for their bodies, treated as equals to men.
Banned books? No way.
Retaliation or intimidation for expressing view? Impossible.
A divine hand known as the Supreme Court was always on the side of the people. and someone was always out there, ready to lend a helping hand.
We present to you now a reenactment of an infomercial from the Before Timers. It is thought to believe to be a quasi-religious experience occurring only during the witching hour. It was of joyous care to them just prior to the disaster. It's the body bag, a miraculous new all-purpose eco-suit system designed by the specialists at Popville to protect against food poisoning, pollution, sun scorch, and more. Created on the finest Teflon chafe lining, surrounded by super absorbent chlorophyll clay, with antiseptic nostril protectors and a detachable Coleman stove. Each body bag also includes
a spare glove unit housing a custom designed high-power automatic lasering the middle finger.
And it's complete with 4 attachment hoses, indoor, outdoor accessories.
Now you would expect to pay at least
$59.99
for this phenomenal system, but the creators at Bronco have now made it affordable for
$19.99. And that's not all!
Also included is the anti-acid raincoat, smog smasher, and ozone oxygenator. Plus a 6-pack filter refill and a genuine DDT connector. Combination septic tape not included. $19.99.
The Body Bag by K-Tel.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
So we were great?
Don't push your luck.
They're back!
Stop! Give them some room, please! Welcome home. Your journey must have been challenging, but fruitful.
Are they coming?
Are they sharing their artifacts?
What did you find?
Much more than we were searching for.
We're not going to like what you found.
Some of you will, some of you won't.
What we found will change the way we see ourselves, our history, our world.
Oh, come on. Tear off the Band-Aid already.
Band-Aid?
She means let's have it.
Some of what we have pieced together is accurate. Changes in the weather, holes in the sky, mining, disposal of wastewater, siphoning of underground heat sources.
And the biggest contribution to the disaster was the fault.
Whose fault?
St. Andrew's fault.
Who?
A saint to evoke fear in the hearts of the people of Old Khalifa.
He drew a line in the sand and broke Old Khalifa in 2.
We thought it might be something like this.
So we really are the only ones left in the world?
And St. Andrews was our savior.
We are the new Eden.
Not quite.
The rest of the world is still there, thriving.
What? Impossible.
But true.
How can it be true?
How do you know? We traveled farther than ever before. We found an enclave on the other shore. Their religion worships a sun god in a small edifice that has what they call solar power. They were able to actually hear the words of the King of the Americas. They have a device that repeats those words over and over and over. They were spoken after the disaster.
How could there be words after the disaster?
The last words recorded were those of the American leader. And after that, the whole world was destroyed.
So we thought, but we were wrong. As soon as St. Andrews broke us away, the King of the Americas declared what they call Martian law, announcing to the world that Khalifa, always a thorn in his side, had become radioactive. The king, together with his army of muskrats, placed a containment field over our island with a 1,000-year interdiction supposedly to prevent the contamination from affecting the rest of the world. Khalifa is proscribed.
And while there was massive destruction along what is the new west coast of the mainland, the rest of the world was not destroyed.
You mean we've been punked?
A containment field?
So, no one can get in?
No one knows we're even here.
The field makes it look as though nothing is here.
But wouldn't ships bump into us?
Ships are routed around us.
And they don't even know it.
But can we get out?
More to the point, do we want to?
We are safe here. We are happy.
Maybe not always happy, but we survive.
At what cost? We stagnate.
And in stagnating, we fall back.
We live our lives based on half-truths and lies. Is that really living?
For 75 years, we've been asking the wrong question. We've been asking, is anybody out there?
Now we know. The answer is yes.
The new question is a simple one. Do we want them to find us, or rather, do we want to find them?
If I may take one moment of your time, I'm sure many of you know me and know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it again because it's important. And that is, first of all, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for showing up. Thank you for sitting in the seat. And most of all, thank you for engaging, staying the whole way through. I survived Vietnam in 1969, and in 1999 I had a thought. And the thought is, our humanity is our most precious resource, and it seems to me to be imperative we do all we can in our lives to nurture that capacity and share it with those around us in the world at large. Well, when you come in and you sit in that seat, you're doing exactly that. You're nurturing your capacity, your ability to share your humanity. And how will you do that? Because you're exposing yourself to thoughts, situations, conditions, relationships that you may never wish to entertain, and yet there you are. Contrary to popular opinion, theater is not a spectator event. When you sit in that seat, whatever comes at you stays with you. And somehow you're going to have to go out there and deal with it. It may take you a nanosecond, it may take you 30 years. But in any case, that process allows you to step out of your comfort zone. It exposes you to thoughts and ideas which you may never wish to entertain, relationships. And it gives you a possibility of becoming a little more tolerant, a little more patient, a little more accepting, a little more understanding, a little more human. And that is a very special gift. You give yourself, your friends, your family, the artists on stage. And it is for that gift, personally and for the Playhouse, that I want to say to each and every one of you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to thank you for supporting our binge-free Festival of Theater by showing up tonight. Venues like this are the incubators for all the art that we create, whether it's dance or music or fine art, cooking or music or dance. When you step into a venue of this size, that's where these things that we see on television and movies and on Broadway, they're born here. And when you come, you become a patron and a nurturer of the artistic arena. So I want to thank you for that as well. And please advocate, advocate, advocate. Tell your friends, your family, come and experience all these things that are happening around you. And I hope in your heart you realize you're leaving a legacy, and it's very important. Little selfish thing, I don't know if you saw the little, the big poster on the wall out there showing our main stage theater as it was and now as it is. We had a disaster back in July. We had a fire sprinkler fail, flooded the theater, the roof came down, destroyed all the seats, and now we're here 8 months later still trying to get it back together. The insurance companies are deciding who's going to pay for what, and no one's agreed, and we know we're going to come up short. So we do ask if you could put a little something in our Playhouse basket. Your house will do, your portfolio will do. Seriously, no gift is too small or too large, and we do appreciate you. There is no conception out there. The actors are out there. You can share and sing and dance and sing their praises. However, but again, thank you for being here. Please do what you can.